100,000 rupees today, you can invest at the rate of 16%. And at the end of the 10th year, the amount is going to be 2.205 million. No. So if you are getting today, you can invest now at the rate of 16%. So if you are getting it today, but if you are getting the same amount, but we do it, we says it is not a 500, it is equal to 130. So you can see even in this amount, if you are converting to future value, right, say 113,342, that's going to be grow at 500. So this is amount is going to grow. So if you have today, that means the amount you are going to receive it after 10 years equal to 130, right? So you are not selling at 500,000 rupees. Why? Since you are getting it after 10 years, same amount, we say you are selling not for 500,000 rupees. We are selling for 130. So normally it is happened, right? So we may put that is big amount of money in the projects, but we may get the return after 5 years, after 10 years. That is a less value. So you have to see what is the opportunity cost. You also have to consider. Now simply you can understand that the difference. So if you are getting it 500,000 rupees, of course, if you can earn 16 percentage of interest, the amount is going to be this here. It is growing, right, at the rate of 16 percentage, right? Now we say, so that's why we are saying, if we are getting this 500,000 rupees after 5 years, we convert this into present value. We say, no, not, you are not going to get that 500,000 rupees. You will get it only 113,400, right? So you can see at the end, this the amount is going to be, if you are using this amount, that means 113,000, if it is paid 16%, ultimately you are going to have it 500,000 rupees. That's correct, no? Right? The person who receives, say if there are options, right? One person is getting 500,000 rupees today, other person is going to get it after 10 years. So it is equal to 3. The person who receive this one will have this big amount, right? Because it will earn the interest. Even we can calculate using function, right? Present value rate is 16. Number of period is 10. Yeah. Even you can use the function. So you just go to that function and present value, and where the rate is going to be interest, the number of times, and how much you are going to get it after 10 years. So which is equal to today's value is 113,341 rupees. You can use the function or formula, but whichever convenient for you, you can go ahead. So another example, suppose that investor wants to find out the present value of 50,000 rupees to be received after 15 years, right? Interest rate is 9%. First, we will find out the present value factor. That means uh, by this factor means 1 upon 1 plus interest rate. Here it's going to be 9 to the power of 5. So that's going to call as a interest rate. So you easily can get it. So how you can work out here. So present value factor here we are saying no. So uh 1 by 1.09 power 5. That's equal to 0.275. So directly we can do it 50,000, discount it by using 275. Even you can put this directly, right? Or just say after getting this we call this bracket value, this one as a future value interest factor, right? So you can use after calculating or directly, both are okay. So here it has been done in such a way. So first we find out the present value factor, which is present value factor is 0.275. How we are getting 1 upon 1 point, that means 1 plus interest rate. That is a normal formula is uh, to find out the present value equal to 1 plus IOR into power n. That's the normal formula, right? To convert into present value. Here we use the formula and we are getting the values. Okay, so here it's going to be a, sorry, 13,750. So present value of a single amount, you can use the spreadsheet. That means Excel worksheet, and you can find the amounts, right? So we know that. And another situation, present. So that future value single, right? If you are deposit today, how much you are going to have it after 5 years, or after 10 years, or after 2 years. Or you can keep on depositing. That also possible, right? Here, present value of annuity, right? Here, I'll explain the present value of annuities. Here, for example. So one is if you are taking time, right? 0 period today, 1, 2, 3, 4, say for example. So you can keep on. One is just today, right? 10,000, one situation, and how much you are going to have it after future, after if 10%. We just take it as a discount rate 10%, how much you are going to have it after 4 years, future, right? Just there's only one time investment, right? Just you are investing 10,000 rupees today, and how much you are going to have it after 4 years, right? So simply you can calculate it. 14,000 future, right? Just simple. Other situation, what we did it, this today you are investing. It is also possible we keep on, that was annuity. So today Uh, we'll take it not zero at the end of the 1 year, second year, and today how much? And another situation, continuously depositing, right? So here minimum investment is 40,000. How much you are going to have it, right? That is in the case of virtual annuity, we call it as an annuity 4 times. Here present value, right? Under present value concept also same, right? Say you may, so present value, how much you are, say for example, after 4 years, you are going to receive 10,000. So what is the today's value, right? Today's value, today's zero period. If the interest rate is, if we assume 10%, today's value means after convert how much it's, if the interest rate is only one time, right? You are going to get it after 4 years. And what is the value today? Just use 10,000. And it's today's value 6,830. That's a single amount to be received after 4 years. Now here, say, if you are taking 4 years, you are going to receive 1,000 rupees or 10,000. Right. Now the annuity payments or receivables, you are going to receive continuously 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Now what's the present value of annuity, right? It is possible, no? So you may be receiving or paying one time after a certain time, or after 1 year, or after 2 years, or but here continuous, right? So series of payments, series of receivables, right? This is a future value. So if you are investing, it is going to grow. Here I put that. So somebody are asking how we are getting this 14,641. If you are investing, this year I am talking about the future value. If you are just putting 10,000 rupees today, it's like a future, this it's going to be like this, right? 10,000 you are investing today, and it's going to grow at 10 percentage, and at the end of 4th year, it's going to be 14,641. I use it formula, right? 10,000, 1.1 to power 4. This is about the future, this one. This area, we talk about the future just to understand, right, easily. Right. Now we are talking about here. This area is for future value. Already we have discussed it. Right. Here there are two things. One is single investment. How much? Here 4 times. Here also we talk about future value annuity. Future value annuity. That means 4 years. Right. You are going to invest or receive 10,000, 10,000. And here, but we did it, you can do it uh, 1 plus, that means 0.1. into power 4 minus 1 divide all by 0.1. No, yeah, then you will get there. So if you wanted to have that amount is, say, for example, if you are using the function, which value function, interest rate is 0.1, number of times is 4, annuity amount is it is going to be equal to 46,410. Yeah, manually you can do it. You can find it, or you can use that feature annuity function and you can get that amount. So here assumption is you keep on minimum, you invested 40,000, but since it is growing by 10 percentage, for this 10,000, the interest will be paid for another 3 years. For this 10,000, another 2 years. For this 10,000 for 1 year, this is at the end. So in such a way, it can. If it is at the beginning, we have to do a small adjustment. Here we have to do a small adjustment. We have to add 1 plus I, that means 1 plus 1.1, and we have to do the adjustment. Here we assume at the end of the period you invested. Here also, same idea. Here this is a future value, but here present value. Say, if you are getting it after 4 years, how much is going to equal to 6,830, right? It's a today's value. And here, if it is annuity, future value, present value, annuity case. Present value, annuity. That means you are going to receive or you are going to pay for a period of 4 years, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. So what we can do it, manually you can do it, say this 10,000, just convert. If you wanted to convert into present value, $9,000. Here it is going to equal to, because after 2 years, you are going to receive this amount. So that should be discounted. Okay, this amount you are going to receive it after 3 years. Converted. Now you submit. So the amount is equal to 31,698 rupees. So whenever you convert this 10,000, so just 1 year, no? So it is equal to 9,090. This 10,000, you are going to receive it after 2 years. So when you convert into present value, that's going to equal to 8,000 something. And here, this 10,000, you are going to receive it after 3 years. So that's equal to today's value, 7,500 around. And this 10,000, you are going to receive it after 4 years, which is equal to 6,000. So continuously you are investing, right? Series of. So this one also, you can calculate the future value annuity, sorry, present value annuity. So just go to that function. Present value concept. And here the rate is given 10%. Number of time is 4. that annuity amount is 10,000. Yeah, same. You can see either you are using function or manual, you are getting the set. 31,699. Here we use that function, right? Here we did it manually. Hmm. Okay, so the one time here, here 4 times. So this is called as annuity. These amounts we are converting. So whenever you start a project, whenever you start a business, so definitely this concept is clear. So you make that investment in a project, right? Suppose your investment amount may be 100 million. You maybe keep on receiving cash inflow for a period of 4 years or 10 years, 15 years, no? In that case, so you're say, here you can understand one thing. You are investing there. How much? For example, 100,000 rupees is a small project. You invested. This is going to be cash outflow, right? So that amount, investment amount is 100,000 rupees, right? But from that investment, you may get the cash flow of, say, 25,000 as a cash inflow for a period of 5 years or 4 years, right? This means if an ordinary person looking at this one, he may say, yeah, we invested only 100,000 rupees, but during the 5 years period, we are getting 125,000. So it is advisable. It is a advisable project. It is a good project, advisable for investment. And here we will discuss those things. So this is your investment amount, but you are going to receive for a period of 5 years this amount. But for decision making, we are not taking this amount as it is because we know if you have this money today in your hand, you can invest somewhere, you can earn money. Minimum, you can put it in the saving account. You can. So we are sacrificing that. That's going to be opposite cost. That's why in the market, if it is possible of earning 10% minimum, we convert all this amount into present value, right? This is what here also we did it. So you can convert these, right, as we did it here. And so we are saying, even though you are getting this 25,000 at the end of the year, we are saying today's value, 22,000 is a discounted value. And this 25,000 we are going to get after 2 years. We are saying, so today's present value is equal to, if there are possibilities, earning 10%. So if you are getting this 25,000 after 5 years, we are saying, okay, you may get that 25,000 rupees, but the value of that money in the market, in the country, if there are possibilities to earn 10%, right? Or if you want to adjust for inflation and so on. So it is equal to 15,000, 520. So total amount is going to be equal to So your invested amount is how much? 100,000 rupees. But the present value of the cash inflows are going to be less than that. So you are losing. You are not getting the any profit from this project because your invested amount is 100,000 rupees. Your cash flow for a period of 5 years, 25,000 annually, you are going to get it for a period of 5 years. But if an ordinary person would look at this one, he may say it's a good project. Why? He may say it is equal to 125,000 because he knows only this amount, whatever amount we are expecting, right? But they are not considering time value of money. When you are receiving today, it's a worthwhile. If you are getting it after 1 year, less value, that value is decreasing. That's the point here we have to understand. But the ordinary person won't look at that one. He more won't feel that he may equalize, right? The amount whatever we are receiving today may be equal to the amount what we are going to get it after 5 years. But we say, no, this money is not equal. Today, whatever amount we are getting today is more worth than tomorrow's money. That to say, if you are taking 100 rupees, if you can get it today, that's worthwhile. If you are getting tomorrow, the value is less compared to 100, right? The value will be decreasing. That's what here we are saying. Here we are, if you are getting it today, 25,000, of course, it is equal to 25,000. If you are getting it after 1 year, we say the value is less than 25,000, depend on the interest rate. In the market, say, for example, if it is 12% or 15% or 20%, still, if the interest rate is in the market is very high, then this value will be less, right? The time value of money will be very less. So here you can see an ordinary person would say there is 25,000 rupees profit on this project, but we say, okay, the same amount of investment, 100,000 rupees, but in the market, since there is a possibilities to earn 10 percentage, so we are going to lose around 5,300 rupees, 5,250 rupees, we are going to lose it. So this project is not going to be a worthwhile project. It's not a good project because we are going to lose our investment amount. Rather than going with this project, just you can invest somewhere. Just you can lend and you can invest, right? Because here we are getting less uh, amount, right? So we have to. So this is annuity, continuous annuity. You can this one also you can use that function. You can find the same. The rate is 10. Number of time is 5. Annuity amount is 25,000. You can see, we are getting the same amount. There's no difference. Either you can go with this formula or you can use manually. Sorry. Yeah, you can see both are same. This is, we use that function. Using the function, you can find it, or else manually you can calculate it and you can submit. Okay, this is an Excel function. Okay, Prasam, now I hope that you understand how we are calculating, right? Present value of annuity. So here there is once suppose you can invest in a project that will return 100,000 rupees at the end of each year for the next uh, 3 years. 100,000 rupees return, same amount. Yeah. How much should you willing to invest today, even you wish to earn 8% annual rate of return on your investment? So if you convert these into present value, right? How you can convert just 1.08, we will get the amount, and this amount 1.08, yeah. Then you can submit, and then if it is, you can see how much you can invest, right? You can have it say. So you can invest maximum 257 rupees in this case. So it is the total amount is going to be, when you submit, it's going to be 257. So this also has been explained how it is differing, right? So the same example here, this has been explained. This work has been done here to understand clearly the amount what we are getting after 1 year is going to equal to 92.59 rupees. And here the amount what you are getting after 2 years equal to 85. The amount you are getting after 3 years. So when you submit 200, it is the same. Explain. So present value annuity also you can use that Excel function. We can calculate the amounts easily. We look at, we'll do all these examples. Say, can you write quickly? So you expect to receive 100,000 rupees after 5 years, right? The matter is of 5 years. If you require return rate of return is 10%, what is the present value of 100,000? Anybody else quickly tell me how much is the present value of this amount? Yeah. First one, you expect to receive, question number one, Anybody else expect to receive 100,000 rupees after 5 years if you require rate of return? That means you need 10% return income. If so, what is the present value of 100,000 rupees? Hmm? Yes, no? Is it correct? We are using Excel function. Yes, go to that present value function and click OK. And rate is there 10 percentage. Period is 5 years. Here, which is commerce. This one manually I did it. Is it okay now? Okay, good, good. Thank you. Okay. You can use the using the Excel worksheet, you can do it quickly. Second one, suppose an investor receive annuity. Annuity means that means annuity means for a period of 4 years, annuity 50,000 rupees. Now, please write quickly, do it and tell me the answer. With that, suppose an investor receive an annuity of 50,000 rupees for 4 years. If the interest rate is 10%, what is the present value? So this is single. He received after 5 years 10,000, which is equal to 62,000 today's value. Even though he is receiving 100,000 rupees, but it's a value for decision making, only 62,000 should be taken. But this second, the investor in a project, he received for a period of 4 years by 50,000, 50,000, 50,000 rupees. So how much? What is the present value, today's value for decision making? 200,000 or less than that? This amount he is going to receive after 1 year. This amount he is going to receive after 2 years. This amount he is going to receive after 3 years. Sorry. How much? Anybody else? Even you can do it, use the Excel function. So Excel function, just go to that present value. Present value. Since it is the annuity, just we have to put the period is of 4 years. Payment made each period. Here, each period. No. Yeah. The best example, we put that only one, since it is a one time you are going to receive it after 5 years, we put it under the FV, that means the future value. But here, annuity. So we are putting PMT. You can see we are getting either same amount, whether you are using Excel function or manually. Okay. Are you all getting the same answer? Third one, assume a discount rate of 12%. Calculate the present value 10 rupees received after 3 years. If the interest rate is compound annually, half yearly, quarterly, and monthly. Here, if there are possibilities to have that interest semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, what is the present value? How we can work out? You are going to receive it after. So simply you can do it as a 1,000. Yes, annually. Assume discount rate is 12. Calculate the present value of 10,000 received after 3 years. If the interest rate is compound annually, half yearly, quarterly, annually. So you can, if you are using that function, rate is 0.23 years and to be received after 3 years. This is not annuity, only one type. And this is semi-annual. The Excel function, what we had to do, it is semi-annual. So 12 divided by 2, semi-annual. Number of times is going to be 3 into 2. And annuity is that picture amount is going to be 10,000. Excel function. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. The semi-annual, that in the case of when that the interest is paid more than one time in a year, just simply the formula is going to be this one, no? So the amount is going to be like this. 1 plus I divided by M, right? Power N annual number of M. Yeah. So here, this is a function. So here in the interest rate should be divided by M number of times. If the semi-annual, by 2 and into power n referring number of years, M is number of times. So based on our example, here it is going to be 10,000, right? You are going to divide it, say 1 plus I is referring 0.12 divided by semi-annual into power, right? 3 years into 2. So ultimately, it's going to be like this. 10,000, 1 plus, well, that's equal to 0.06 power 6 shape. Yeah. Okay. So this is the formula. It is also shown in our, yeah. Is it okay? Question number 3. Are you all okay? This column, we are getting the same answer, but we use the Excel function, right? This one, we did it manually. So question number 4, can you write? What they are telling? Suppose Tiburon Autos offers an easy payment scheme on a new Toyota of $5,000 a year, paid at the end of each of the next 5 years, with no cash down what is the car really costing for you? Discount rate is. So you are buying a car based on the easy payment scheme. They are asking, right, to pay in 5 installments. Hmm? Right. How much in the each installment? $5,000. How much you are paying under easy payment scheme? You Toyota paid at the end of next year with no cash down payment. And what is the car really costing for you? If the discount rate is 12, discount rate means in the market or in the country, you are able to earn 12%. Now, if you look at what is the actual cost, how much you are paying, of course, you may feel that is you are paying 25,000 rupees, $25,000, because you are paying 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, right? So if you are, since you are paying if you are paying this amount today, of course, it is equal to 25,000. The value of the car is 25,000, but they have asked to pay in 5 installments, right? Is it good for you if you are a buyer? If you are a seller, is it good for you? There are two things you have to. You can play two roles. If you are a buyer, how much actually you are going to pay? If you are a buyer, right? Because you are paying when? After 1 year, 5,000. Another after 2 years, another 5,000. After 3 years, another 5,000. After 4 years, another 5,000. After 5 years, another 5,000. Right? So how much is the actual cost for you? So you can find that actual cost. Can you tell me? Anybody else? Actual cost? If the interest rate is 12%. How many times? 5 years. Amount annually, $5,000. What's the actual cost? Only $18,023. 18,000. Even though you are paying, since you are paying, as you are paying that 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 in 5 installments, your cost is only 18,024 rupees. Right. This is the advantage if you are a buyer. If you are a seller, of course, if the car's value is 25,000 actual value, if you are selling on installment basis and you are going to receive only 18,000, not 25,000. So it is a loss for you if you are a seller. If you are a buyer, if you are buying the car and if you are paying in 5 installments, the cost is going to be only $18,024 for you. Cost, right? The reason is only simple reason you are paying 5 installments, right? If you are paying after 1 year 5,000 and after 2 years, so since you are paying delay payments, you are getting benefit as a buyer. But the case of seller, he received the money after 1 year 5,000, after 2 years 5,000, after three. So actually the seller receiving seller receive 5,000, 18,000 and buyer paying 18,000. So it is good. It is not good for a seller because he is getting less amount, but good for the buyer, right? So you have to be careful. But normally, when the people, when the those companies, when they are selling, say installment basis, definitely they put the high price. Say this car might be actual cost 17,000, right? They also know the concept since they are going to get their money after up to 5 years. So they might have added or they might have adjusted for time value of money, right? So if the cost of the actual cost of the car is less than 18,000, okay. But if it is actually, if it is 25,000, then they are losing. The seller is losing. The buyer is getting the value. But normally they won't do it. Definitely the value of the car might be 17,000 or say less than 18,000. That's why they might have gone this one. So when you are taking the decision, you have to consider these. Okay. Any questions up to this point? Hmm? Any questions? So calculate annual payments using that present value with respect to annuity. Say this is a annual payment means to find out, say when you go for leasing or when you are supposed to get the